So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Phil Ajjarapu.
Appreciate it. This is the title song from the album. It's called Sing Along Until You Feel Better. I wonder what's wrong with me. A manufacturer's error on the assembly line. Or maybe I'm just born under a bad sign. But who knows? When I don't know what to do, I sing along until I feel better. I pick out a record that's familiar and sit between the speakers and sing along until I feel better. Do you ever feel the same? Like something's fundamentally flawed inside of you? Or any love that you might find is in spite of you? Well, I know if you don't know what to do, you ought to sing along until you feel better. I pick out a record that's familiar and sit between the speakers and sing along until you feel better. Until you feel better. Until you feel better. Until you feel better. I appreciate it. So, I quit my job as a teacher. I was a teacher for 15 years. And I made this album, and that's part of why I quit. And I guess I made the album because I woke up in the hospital after I fell 45 feet off of a highway onto the highway below. And I landed on my legs. I don't really remember anything after going over the handlebars. I pretty much said, oh shit, and my body's like, you don't need to see any of this. Then it was like lights out, and then it was a long few months of like learning how to walk again, and then I got Molly, and she needs to be walked, so there you go. Let's see here. What can I do? That's loud enough, right? Alright. This next song is called Angie. A lot of song titles, as Nathan noted, are girls' names. Either you can interpret that as I have great luck with a lot of girls, or I have really poor luck with a lot of girls. However you want to read it. But so I demoed this song out, and it was up online, and she emailed me at work, and the email said a blast from the past, and I'm like, Angela Janowskis, that was her name. And so I read it, and she's like, hey, glad to see you. Well, are you doing well? By the way, I'm a teacher too. And then she's like, nice song. And I'm like, does she know that it's not a nice song? See? I don't know. I hate that lack of inflection on the internet. Anybody else who hate the lack of inflection? All right, sweet. So anyhow, so then I emailed her back and tried to be real casual about it. You know, like, oh, glad to see you're married and have children. Sorry it didn't work out between us. Sorry that you banged my friends. I didn't say that. Mental note, Phil. Edit that one. Edit that one on YouTube. All right, and But regardless, she friended me on Facebook, so now we're friends on Facebook. And now we ignore each other on Facebook right out in the open. The internet's amazing. This song is called Angie. It's not very nice. Angie, I don't know what you've been up to, but darling, if I know you, you've been running games again. Telling lies so good that you believe that. That's how you deceive them, getting underneath their skin. Every time you kiss a boy, you swear that you think it's love, but it's not love. You're just waiting for the one that you've been dreaming of. Angie, don't you think it's kind of silly, breaking hearts so easy? What if he's the one for you? Do you work yourself into a frenzy? When do all his friends he says he's gotten over you? Every time you leave a boy, you swear that it isn't you. But when you run, you're giving up the game before you know who's won. Every choice you think you make is just another heart that you're about to break. And every time you think you choose, you don't know what you lose. Angie, do you ever think about me? Every now and then I know you get along without me. I wonder where you've been, don't you know I could love you more than him. So if you buy the album, that song is, yeah, as you can see, is very short, and it's a little longer on the album because there's a wonderful string quartet break. It sounds kind of like a 60s girl group kind of thing, like a Gamble and Huff arrangement. That Ken Stringfellow, my producer, he played in the Posies and Big Star, and he was a touring member of REM for 10 years. He put that in, and then we got Tosca as a string quartet in Austin, who they were David Byrne's string quartet for a good long while. So they played strings on that, and then the very, very last track of the album. They were a lot of fun to work with. This next song, so I graduated and I taught in Florida, and then Jeb Bush cut education, and I owned a house, and I had no job, so I moved back to Chicago and tried to sell this house in a piss economy in Florida. It was fantastic. Eventually sold the house and broke even, and I was dating a girl who was a science teacher, and then I got let go of my job, and so I came back to Cleveland and helped build a studio. And then this is about the day that I decided to leave Cleveland and go back to Chicago. It was actually, I saw you that night.
I believe so, yes.
Kane Park.
Black Keys and Solomonburg.
Very good. Black Keys and Solomonburg. Solomonburg, rest in peace. Anyhow, this song's called Don't Worry, Gina, which I guess technically isn't really about Gina. But that's another story for another time. I just thought of that. How about that?
Sorry.
Oh, the subliminal consciousness. Over the past few days I've been wondering what's been missing. It's the feeling that I got when the two of us spent all our spare time kissing. So don't worry, Gina, I'm through with Ohio. I'm moving back to Chicago, and I ought to be home tomorrow. Honey, I've been doing some pretty hard thinking, and I gotta say that without you around, I feel like I'm sinking deeper each day. So don't worry, Gina, I'm through with Ohio. I'm moving back to Chicago, and I'm tired of flying solo. Baby, if I could take back the things that I did to hurt you so bad, you know I would. So I'm leaving Cleveland late tonight. I'm finally gonna set things Don't worry, Gina, I'm through with Ohio. I'm moving back to Chicago, and I ought to be home tomorrow. Don't worry, Gina, I bought an '86 Volvo. I'm chugging down some espresso, and I ought to be back tomorrow. Don't worry, Gina, I'm through with Ohio. I'm moving back to Chicago, and I'm tired of flying solo. Mom, come here. Right now, come on. All the way here. Come here, drop it.
Oh, no.
Come here.
Don't worry, there's like 6 more around the house.
Stay. Okay. I mean, I love my dog, don't get me wrong, but the squeak, I was like, what's going on? Oh, words, oh, chords, oh, squeak. You know what I mean? And that's like, man, how do parents get anything done? Anybody a parent out there? How do you get anything done? You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cute. I mean, I teach them. And they're really not that much different when they're high schoolers. It's just that they can drive and they're more absent-minded. You know? But I like them, I miss them. But how do you get anything done? I didn't get anything done for 15 years, I was a teacher. Let's see. Ron.
Do it. It's
Sorry.
not a life, dude.
I know. So if it makes you feel any better, so I played this for Ron's wedding.
First wedding.
First wedding. But it wasn't really about Ron and Diane either.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I wrote it for you, but I also wrote it about, like, experiences that I had with someone who is not here. Who may be in Seoul and with somebody else. Yeah, right. It's all the things that we used to do. It's a nice song. The other joke that I do live is I'm like, oh, this is how I asked my ex-wife to marry me, which is true. And then I say, unfortunately, she said yes, and that gets a big laugh. So this is how I asked my ex-wife to marry me. Unfortunately, she said yes. That's
Apparently she's calling.
I'm doing a show. I'll call you back.
Don't edit that out.
Alright, bye. A friend in Chicago who is applying to the school I used to teach at, so she's using me for like friends and references and stuff. And she's got an interview, I think, coming up this week. So. But she'll get it. Beth. You remember Beth? Blonde. Joe, I'm talking to you, yeah.
No.
Beth Leaf, Chicago, Green Dolphin Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Beth.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. She's a science teacher now. Alright. Let's chase stars in the countryside. Walk barefoot through the grass. All I know is when I'm with you, I never want this time to pass. And let's drive around in circles and kiss at every red light. All I know is when I'm with you, everything is gonna be alright. put your hand in mine. I know it's in your eyes, I see love shine. Oh my love, you know I just can't say how this love began or why it's here to stay. So let's sit out on the front porch and watch all the stars unfold. All I know is when I'm with you, you're the one I want to hold. And let's build a life together and dream like lovers do. All I know is when we dream, all our wishes come true. Oh my love, put your hand in mine. I know it's in your eyes, I see love shine. Oh my love, you know I just can't say how this love began or why it's here to stay. So yeah, I used to feel bad about that song, like, oh shit, maybe it's cursed. You ever? Yeah. Well, you know. But, you know, I don't think it is. You know, because I think the lyric implies, it, you know, it's just like a relationship in microcosm. There's got to be a sense of we, you know, and when that goes away, that's what happens. And so I think the nearly dying thing made me realize it's like, you know, sometimes, I mean, it definitely like, oh, jeez. Especially as a teacher. Any teachers out there? You lose any kids yet? You have any kids die yet? Yeah, that's rough. And you're like, well, why did I live? And why did they die? And you ask yourself really, really hard questions that there's no answers to, and you drive yourself absolutely bonkers. Maybe there's a reason, and maybe there's not a reason, but it doesn't really change the fact that, well, there you are, so what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? You know? And it's like, that's the other thing about like being a songwriter or an artist or whatever. It's like, you're like, oh, but I feel everything more. It's more real, or it's more whatever, and it's not. You're just more sensitive. That's all. You go through the same crap everybody else goes through. It's just your job to talk about it because they didn't bother to find the words. And they're like, oh, I'm not alone. That's your job, is to make people feel not alone. Because plenty of people go through this crap, you know? But then you see other people who like make it. And that's really great, that there's hope. And I think that's what my songs and playing them for people is teaching me. Is that I'm not flawed, and I'm not a mistake, and I'm not, you know, some kind of mistake or whatever. And that there's hope for me too, maybe someday, I don't know. I mean, there's no guarantees. There's not. You know, anybody that says there is, kick them in the nuts and run. Let's see. So this one is about a co-teacher shared a wall with me. And he's now the department chair, and it's part of the reason that I left teaching. And he just wouldn't ever shut up. And this song is called Talk. Reminder, Phil, edit that part out. Talk, 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 all you do is talk. Conversation, something that you don't allow. And talk, 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 all you do is talk. I don't think you'll ever learn to shut your mouth. You'll see it your way, I'll see it mine. While you're busy reading me a line, you don't even listen. people don't give you the time of day, 'cause they know you don't listen anyway. You like the sound of everything you got to say. You just talk to hear your voice. And talk, 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 talk. All you do is talk. Conversation, something that you don't allow. And talk, 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 talk. All you do is talk. I don't think you'll ever learn to shut your mouth. You'll see it your way, I'll see it mine. While you're busy giving me a line, you don't even listen half of the time. You just talk to hear your voice. And people don't give you the time of day, 'cause they know you don't listen anyway. Like the sound of everything you got to say. You just talk to hear your voice. And talk, 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 talk. All you do is talk, 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 talk. All you do is talk, 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 talk. All you do is talk, 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 talk. You just run your mouth. 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 Talk, 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 talk. All you do is talk. Anybody have a coworker like that?
Yeah.
Or a roommate? Me?
This next song is called Nothing Is Connected. So my parents are really religious, and my brothers are really religious. Although I just found out that my brother, who I thought was really religious, well, one of them anyway, I mean, they're all really religious. Except this one just turned agnostic or something. And he drinks now, so we drank. That was weird. It was really, really weird. What was worse was, so it was my show in Chicago, and we're drinking. And he has a couple, and I have lots. Because people are like, I haven't seen you in forever, welcome back to Chicago, here have a shot, here have a Manhattan, here have a pint. And I was like, what's going on? And then we drive home, that was a bad idea. And I get out of the truck, and then I puke in front of my little brother, who has only been drinking for like a couple months. Yeah, he's 31. But still, it's like, you don't want to show your ass like that in front of your little brother who's a new elky, you know? And I did. But the next day he felt like shit, and I felt great because I barfed all the booze out. Moral of the story, barf it up. Edit that. Anyhow, I don't know if I'm agnostic or atheist or whatever. Like, I'm really jealous of people who are super religious and have faith. If that's any of you, and if any of you are like, oh no, science, 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 and you're like, I believe, that's a different kind of faith. I don't have that either. So like, I'm jealous of all of you. And this song is, I was mad at whatever's out there. The song's called Nothing Is Connected. So I guess it's kind of like, it's an I'm not religious song, or I'm mad at God song. And then, of course, at the very end, I turn it into a I suck at relationships song. You'll see. Nothing is connected, that's just something that you say. You say that anything's connected, says it gets you through your day. You know that anything that's up must come back down again. So if you're feeling down now, you'll turn around, but then you get the feeling maybe that's not true. Nothing is connected, there's just... Oh shoot, I'm gonna start that all over again. Mom? Come here. Lay down. No, down. Bugger. Nothing is connected, that's just something that you say. You say that everything's connected, cause it gets you through your day. You know that everything that's up must come back down again. So if you're feeling down and out, you'll turn around, but then you get the feeling maybe that's not true. Nothing is connected, well, as near as I can tell, things that ought to be connected never seem to turn out well. People never ever seem to learn from their mistakes. We're stepping on the gas instead of slamming on the brakes. I wonder if we'll ever get a clue. I don't know why I let myself get this way sometimes. It's just enough to make you lose whatever's left of your mind. Nothing is connected, well, as near as I can figure. Anything you think's connected's just your ego getting bigger. I swore that it was you, you thought that it was me. It's just the universe and it just doesn't care, you see. It spins along as if it never knew. Nothing is connected, you're just out there on your own. You say that everything's connected, says you don't feel so alone. And then you feel it creeping in, you're not sure what to do. It's just your fear of loneliness that's catching up with you. And you shake it off because it's nothing new. I don't know why I let myself get this way sometimes. It's just enough to make you lose whatever's left of your mind. Nothing is connected, there's no other explanation. We believe the ones that love them without any consolation. You don't get a reason why, you don't get a second try. Well, they tried you on for sight and then they hung you out to dry. And there's really nothing more that you can do. So, let's see. Oh, I'm really excited that I got notes that I haven't had in a couple months. I lost my voice a couple months ago, and I had nothing. I taught with no voice for 3 weeks. That really sucked. And then I couldn't walk. And I'm like, oh wow, hey, I resigned my job to go on tour, but I can't sing or drive or sit on the toilet or anything. Like, I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. I could lay down kind of on my side. And I went to the doctor. She's like, I think you tore a hamstring. So she signs me a prescription to go back to my PT, and he's like, she's totally full of crap. You have a bulged disc. And then he fixed me in like 20 minutes. He's amazing. Yeah, I know, right? But she did put me on steroids and start to get my voice back, so there's that. Alright, me. Again, thanks for coming. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Let's do a piano one. This one's called Every Day. So, after my divorce, I was dating this girl who really, really dug. I co-produced her album. She was far too young for me. She was 10 years younger than me. That was a big mistake. Whoops. Anybody ever do that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't do that. And then she left me in a wheelchair and went back to Omaha. But she's a fantastic writer, and she quit music, and I hear she's writing again and playing again, so that's good, because she's really good. But I wrote this for her before we started dating, so like, we were hanging out just as friends, strictly just as friends, and then like, she got a job and went to Houston, and I was like, and I was living in Austin, I was like, oh wait, what is this feeling? What is this feeling? And I was like, oh no, oh no. And so my friends and I started going to Houston like every weekend. And we were like 4 weekends in a row. Our first month there, like every weekend we were there like, hey, what's up? And we're cooking and we're drinking and we're hanging out, you know. And then she came back to Austin to fly. She had a ticket out of Austin to go to her sister's bachelorette party. And I wrote this song for her, and I recorded it and I sent it to her, and then she came to town, and I was supposed to dog sit her dog, and somebody else ended up dog sitting her dog. But I picked her up from the airport and was driving her. No, I picked her up from the Greyhound and was driving her to her friend's, and her friend was going to drive her to that. I'm like, did you hear the song? She's like, yep. Did you like it? She's like, it's not very good. I was like, oh, well, it's really good. But I didn't say that. I was just like, maybe it's not good. And then so she goes, and her sister was like, why don't you like date Phil? He's really nice. Because they'd met me when her dad came up for the marathon. And then her mom later was like, why don't you date Phil? I mean, I know he's really old. I'm like, ouch. She tells me this later. And so she comes back and she's like, and she's all like cold to me again. And then we're driving for a while. We're driving to our friend's house, and then she like just warmed up. She's like, actually, that was a really great song. I was like, yes, yes. And here it is. It's about like when you like somebody and you want to call them and you keep picking up the phone and you just don't call them because you know that they know your number. They know your number. They're not that busy. They just don't want to talk to you for whatever reason. That's what this song is about. And after she left me in the wheelchair, she's like, we'll be friends again. And we haven't talked since. And that was like coming up on 2.5 years. And I'm still add that up. Every day there's a moment, a quiet little moment, when I pick up the telephone. I start to dial your number, but then I don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes you even answer too. Sometimes you tell me that you love me, but you don't say it like you used to. Still I'm the one you call when you're scared and all alone. But you don't want to hear me say you don't have to do it on your own. I know we love each other so. Let go, let your feelings show. I'll be waiting by the phone to hear from you. 'Cause every day there's a moment, a quiet little moment, when I pick up the telephone. I start to dial your number, but then I don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes you even answer too. Sometimes you tell me that you love me. You used to say you love me, but don't you say you love me like you used to. Thank you. So I got to work with Ken Stringfellow, which was pretty awesome. And then I did a Kickstarter to raise the money. And then the studio that I booked, double booked over me. So then I used some of the Kickstarter money to open my own studio. So now I'm in business. If you know anybody who would like to come and record in Austin, it's lovely. It's cheap. Pretty good work. And then I had to like go into my retirement later and take money out to finish the album. But at the moment I had to do this to make the album happen. So now I own a studio or something. Yay! I like it. We make albums. It's fun. This song was a homework assignment from Ken. He asked me to like cross Todd Rundgren's "Dust in the Wind" from Something Anything, which is a really great song. It's nothing like the Kansas "Dust in the Wind." It came first, and it's way better. But he asked me to like, it's like, what if that song and like "Holocaust" by Big Star had a baby? "Holocaust" is another really, really awesome but weird song. And then this song came out, which kind of sounds like, on the album, it kind of sounds like Crosby, Stills, and Nash on a spaceship. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Spaceship. And Starship? That's not in tune. Sometimes I am a sparrow, sometimes you are the forest green, and sometimes every land is just a home I've never seen. And I don't know and I'm not sure what I ought to say, 'cause I don't know who I am anymore, but what I'll be on any given day. Sometimes I am a mountain, sometimes you are the ocean blue, and sometimes I'm a pebble, swallowed up and rounded out by you. And I don't know why I get afraid of letting go of all that I have been, 'cause I have died and risen from the dead, and I'm not sure if I can let you in. I'm torn between holding on and letting go of my past, and I'm scared of living in the present if I finally let go at last. Sometimes you are familiar, sometimes I am peculiar, and sometimes everything. I'm certain I've known you all my life, and I don't know why I get afraid of letting go of all that I have been, 'cause I have died, I've risen from the dead, and I'm not sure if I can live again.